Sometimes you just have to lose a house that you really, really wanted to buy in order to figure out all the rest of the details on how to actually purchase the house that you really want. Whew. This is Ron Wysokarski for the Black Hole of Real Estate. And what I just said, while it's a mouthful, it's absolutely true. And when you think it over, most people enjoy looking at the pictures and looking at the properties. Not everybody enjoys all the details that go along with purchasing a home. Because it's easy as a consumer to just look at everything in the catalog online and then go to the store, look at the properties, whether it's open house or whatnot, and pick one out and go buy it. Because we do it at every store that we've ever gone to. And now we buy so many things online that it almost feels normal to do it that way. But those are purchases that we're probably making off a credit card or a debit card, that aren't $500,000. And so there's other pieces in place, whether it's banking, to wire money from a specific account that maybe you have in cash, or to go to a lender. And even if you get it approved online, there's still moving parts that have to happen when there's some human interaction. Although even that is disappearing over time, there's a lot of information that still has to be done. And when you think about it, walking through the property the first time, great. Sometimes you get to the inspection and you begin to notice things that are a little bit different. Maybe, just maybe, you notice the second time there that maybe the traffic patterns are different, or the ground noise, from the roads is too much for you, or it could be a lot of things. So, those are pretty normal things. But what I run into a lot is just the having your money ready part. And this is where most people lose a property. It isn't because of seeing things or access or writing crazy offers. It's not always having your money ready. You see, when you find a property, and let's say it's the ever elusive, super specific property, that's like the one in every 3-4 months opportunity that comes up that you really like. If you don't have your bank statement and funds ready to go that you can verify and share with the seller, they may not sell you the house because they want to know where the money's coming from. And if you're going to go to a lender and you don't have some sort of pre-approval in place, you see, the seller's going to be skeptical. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get a loan. Okay, great. So some evidence. Did you get pre-qualified? Did you actually apply to have your credit pulled and show them your income docs? Or did you just go online and say, I make this much, I want to buy a house? And even with that, if it's owner-occupied, there's a certain set of criteria that you have to fit into to purchase owner-occupied. And we've talked about a lot of things, whether it's, do you work close enough to the property to call it your primary residence? Do you have a primary residence in another state? Are you homesteading it? What takes place to call it owner-occupied? Super important. If it's a second home, different criteria, right? Different down payment. You may not be able to count any rental income against it. And then, of course, there's the financing as an investment property, totally different. Maybe you use some rent towards it. So these are things that a lender has to work out with you. So if all you have is some generic approval that says you can get a home loan, that may or may not be the case. But if you don't have the proof of funds, whether it's from a lender or from your banker says that you have the funds available, I'm just here to tell you that if there's 2 offers on the table and they're kind of the same, except for one shows that we can have the money and close in 10 days, or a loan and close in 20 or 30 days versus, yeah, I can get the money, or, hey, if we go under contract, then I'll go get you the funds. You see, that's the one that's going to get deselected. That's going to be the first loser, right? The one that didn't get the property, and it's going to sting. When you spend a lot of time looking at property, and you are super specific, because the more you look, the more you realize what you know, and all of a sudden, the thousands of homes available, the list of 100 whittled down to 5, and then you look at all 5, your top 5, and realize only one really works, and it took you 6 months to find it, I would tell you it might be another 6 months before you find the exact right fit for another property. And do you want to be on the sideline that long? Now, this is completely avoidable. And quite honestly, in this day and age, it's always surprising to me the number of people that either refuse or just claim to be unaware that they would need proof of funds. And it's the absolute best way to lose a property that you really like. And if you're okay with that and you need to learn that lesson, I'll ride along with you on that. But understand that sometimes you have to lose a property that you really, really like in order to get the one that you really want. There's a lot of other ways that you can lose a property, but that's my number one way. Go ahead and subscribe, and we will let you know more ways that you might just lose a property. This is Ron Wojciechowski for the Black Hole of Real Estate.